Hey guys, it's me, it's Queen Osset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, pass it on to somebody else who might like it too, and drop us a positive comment in the comment section. And don't forget to stick around to the end of the video so you can check out the positive comments that I've picked out to read for you. One of them might be yours. So, don't forget, if you want a reading, please email me. My email information, my information for social media, everything is underneath this video. My merchandise I have on Teespring, my Patreon in case you want to sign up to be a Patreon patron, my wish list in case you want to send me a gift from Amazon. Everything is underneath this video. Just go ahead and check it out, okay? So I got a message. Oh God, I got a message. Every time I get messages like these, I'm like, oh my God. I got a message from a woman and she's dating an Aquarius. And she said, my Aquarius is very weird. I don't mind, but I come from a conservative background and I don't think he will fit in with my family and friends. How can I discuss this with him? Now, this is the thing, right? Um, Discussing it isn't the hard part. You can just bring it up, when you guys are sitting around, you can talk about it. This is the real problem, not the discussion. The problem is that the Aquarius, we are eccentric. She said that he's weird, and I asked her like what did he do that was weird, and she said that he's just unusual. He beats to his own drum, very Aquarius. So she said that what she wants him to do is kind of tone down around her family and friends. And I was like, girlfriend, you might as well move on. That's what I told her. I was like, you might as well move on because in Aquarius in general, some of us might try to do this, but it's not going to be easy. And Aquarius in general isn't even going to try. I wouldn't even try. If she came to me and said this to me, if she was like, Queen, I like you a lot, but I think that you're really weird and I don't think you're going to fit in with my family and friends. You think you could tone down a bit? I wouldn't call her anymore. I would just stop calling her. Like I know me. I would be like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna call you back later, all right? And I would just disappear. That would be the end of our conversation. Because here you are, you're trying to change a person. And I've said this 20,000 times a week. You cannot change a person. If a person, like when you get to know a person, when you get to know a suitor or a lover, you can't say, I like this, and this, but I don't like this. Can you change that? That's not going to work for that person. In a lot of cases, they can't change it, or in other cases, they're just not going to be interested in changing. And when you're dealing with an Aquarius, freedom is the biggest, most important thing to us. So you asking him to change to be around your family and friends is taking away his freedom, is taking away his identity. These are all things an Aquarius is not going to go for in most cases. So 9 times out of 10, if I were you, I wouldn't even have this conversation with them. I would just find somebody else. Find somebody who's more conservative that fits in with your family and friends. And if you really like him and you don't want to give up on him, then you're going to have to just accept that he is how he is. Don't have this conversation with them. Accept that he is how he is and tell your family and friends, my new boyfriend's a little eccentric. He's really cool, but he's a little strange. He's a little different, and I like that about him. Tell them to get over it is my point. Instead of expecting him to come around and pretend to be something he's not. Because I've tried to pretend to be conservative before. I've tried to pretend to fit in before. And I was so confused. I was young when this happened, mind you, because as a woman, I'm just like, please. But when I was young, I did try because I was like, Sometimes I got tired of the attention. This is when I was little, like second, third grade. Sometimes I would get tired of all the attention. People were constantly talking about me and what I'm doing and speculating about what I'm doing and ever since I was a child. So sometimes I would get tired of it. So when I was really little, I tried to act like everybody else because that's what everybody kept saying, is that I was so strange. I was so different. So I was like, well, maybe if I just act like everybody else. But I couldn't figure it out. Like, how do you do that? Like, I would watch people and watch their reactions to things and be like, okay, well, I'm going to just do what they did. But it didn't work. It never worked. I still ended up not doing it right. So I said to myself, we just going to have to do what we think is best. I'm like, okay, self, we're going to have to do what we think is best because nothing else is really going to work. Or anything else I've tried really didn't work. Now I'm not even interested in trying. So if somebody says something like this to me, I wouldn't be interested in seeing them anymore. So that's why I said I wouldn't say this to him. You can talk to him about it if it's something that is concerning to you. Like if you want to say, my family's really conservative and I'm worried about how you guys are going to get along, that's a conversation you can have. But saying to him, I want you to tone down to fit in, is not going to go well. And there are many Aquarius here watching this video right now. So when when you're done, read the comments underneath this video, because I'm telling you, at least one or two, if not many more, Aquarius are going to let you know that that's a bad idea. Aquarius, like I said before, with me, I would shut off immediately from just that statement. That statement alone is enough for me not to call her anymore. Just that statement. Because number one, you're trying to change me and we just met. Like if you're trying to do this now, what are you going to be trying to do? And what are you going to be trying to do in 5-6 years? Then you just said your family and friends are conservative, so I'm going to be thinking they're going to be boring. That's my thought. I'm like, they're going to be boring. They're going to be drawn, So those things are enough for me to stop talking to this person. So I would not do that if I were you. Aquarius do not do well with being told what to do, and we damn sure don't do well with being told that we have to change to fit in to some group that we may or may not even want to be a part of. You guys just met. You don't even know where this is going, and you're already trying to get him to change to fit in, because you're figuring, okay, I want this relationship, and he's still figuring, do I want this relationship? Y'all not even on the same page yet. So I definitely would not say that to him if you expect him to keep calling you. All right, we're going to look at some of my positive comments. Rosalind Cash. Hey, Rosalind. She said, number one, because she is miserable, everybody else is. And because she is attracting miserable people like her, so everyone she comes in contact with is miserable just like her. Yeah, we were talking in another video about this young lady who told me that everybody's miserable. Like, everybody is. So why do I have to work on healing myself and not being miserable if everybody's miserable? And I'm just like, that's just an excuse not to get off your lazy behind and do something to change your life. That's all that is. And Rosalind said that she is miserable and she's attracting miserable people. And this is a very true statement. A lot of times misery loves company, number one. And number two, a lot of times sometimes you attract what you are. So she's attracting other people who are just as miserable as her. It's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy. So you think you're miserable and so is everybody else, and you keep attracting these miserable energies towards you. And then and then all of you sit around and talk about how everybody's miserable and we don't have to change. But the truth is that everybody's not miserable. Everybody's not miserable. Number one, I am happy. And it's crazy because I keep getting happier. It's crazy. It keeps going up. So I'm like, if I keep working on myself, how happy can this get? And I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep doing this. So some people are happy. Some people are getting to happy. Some people are working on happy. Some people are happy sometimes and not happy other times. Everybody's not sitting around miserable thinking, oh, woe is me. Just as you and the people that you roll with. Then Crazy Star. Hey, Crazy Star. What's up, girl? Crazy Star said, you are responsible for your personal happiness. Yes. Oh, my God. Exactly. You are responsible for if you're happy or not. It doesn't matter if Pookie's happy. It doesn't matter if Karen's happy. It doesn't matter if Bob is happy. All that matters is your happiness. And if you're around miserable people, change the people that you're around, and look at why are you hanging around these miserable people? Because you're responsible for you, not for others, and others aren't responsible for you. So like her whole excuse, because it's nothing but an excuse, was ridiculous to me. Because it was just like, okay, so if everybody around me is miserable, then I have to stay miserable too? Huh? Nah. Y'all gonna be miserable by yourself. All right, guys, it's time for me to get going. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, come back soon because I got so much more to say. See you later.